Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is my review about the Cort A5 Plus single cut bass. Um, it's not your standard review, but it's a serious one. I'm not making the review about the sound of this bass because there are already plenty of reviews on the net about how it sounds, and I can only confirm that the sound is absolutely amazing. It rumbles and it's deep and it growls and it's everything I ever hoped for in a bass sound wise. But there are quite some quality issues with this bass guitar that I'd like to point out in this review. The standard reviewers on YouTube, they only hold the bass and they say, wow, it sounds amazing, it looks good and the balance is right. But I'm going to review more the production side of this bass, which has quite some problems, and some of these problems affect the playing as well, and I'm actually surprised other reviewers never pointed that out. So far I had the opportunity to hold 3 of these basses in my hand. It's not out for long. I was very early to order it. I pre-ordered it before it actually came out, just because of the specs and the looks. I was so in love, so I was probably one of the first to have one in the Netherlands here. The first example I've gotten had like 4 main big problems. First one was that the frets were so sharp and sticking out that you could literally scratch open your finger on it. The skin would peel off until it starts to have a reddish kind of tint and losing some moist out of your fingers. That's how sharp the frets were. The second issue was the truss rod. The truss rod was already maxed out before the neck could be set straight. Of course, a neck should be able to be set straight. Most people would like it to be a little bit hollow, but to be able to adjust it, you need some play. The first example I had could not be set straight. It already maxed out before it was even close to straight, plus the neck was warped. So it was a little bit torqued in one direction more than in the other. It's a single truss rod design, so that can happen, but of course you wish it wouldn't happen. Another issue with the bass that I had was the intonation of the B string. And the B string of the first example I've gotten could not be intonated properly, would be way too high at the 24th and 12th fret, even when the saddle would be set all the way to the back, so the longest string spacing possible. And it did not solve the problem. The other strings, I have to say, E, A, D, G, they are all intonated properly within the range of this bridge position, but the B string is not. So I went back to the store. The luthier in the store totally agreed with me that there were serious quality issues. He mentioned the words, this example should never have left the factory, and so they took it back, ordered a new one. This is the new one, or one of the new ones that I could choose from. Yesterday I picked it up. They had 2 new examples for me to choose from in the store, and well, actually basically they solved most of the problems. The frets are no longer sharp, the truss rod works, and the neck can be set straight. So those are 2 very important things. However, the intonation issue is still there, and I just wonder, if you produce a bass guitar, don't you check that? They chose a hip shot bridge, which is expensive, but the bridge doesn't give you enough space to actually adjust to make it work and intonate it properly. That is strange. And since all 3 basses that I had in my hands had the same problem, I'm pretty sure that it's not an isolated problem for this particular example. I'm pretty sure that all the A5 Plus basses out there, except of the multi-scale versions, of course they are very different, never seen or hold one of them in my hands, but I'm pretty sure that all the Cort A5 basses with this hip shot bridge cannot intonate the B string. I want to demonstrate it to you because I should not just talk about it, I should show it as well. Let me tune this. It's a very hot day, so new guitar, new wood. Okay, it's now in tune. Most of the time the green light is burning. I hope you can see that. And at the 12th fret it's higher pitched, and at the 24th fret it's so high that it registers as a low tuned C even, or a very high tuned B. Can you see that? That's so extreme that I just want to go a bit closer to the camera to show this. That, it's not the ideal way to show it, but I have only two hands. The tuner doesn't even know if it's a highly tuned B or a low tuned C. And in this case I already adjusted the saddle all the way to the back. So yeah, I would say this is a serious quality issue in the design itself. The bridge should have been angled or moved back a bit more, even though the luthier in the store who confirmed these problems on the first one also had a look at this one, because I set it up in the store. And of course in the store no one was able to intonate it properly, and they have plenty of good bass players, experienced people there working, and a luthier to back me up. And he said, first of all, he said it's amazing guitar for the price, but yeah, the bridge doesn't give you enough play to adjust it properly. There is another small quality issue that I noticed on this guitar, the new two ones that they had in the shop, and that is in the back of it. There is a small little dent in here, and it's probably a production issue. You can feel it. I'm pretty sure in the camera it's not visible, but it's in the back here. And the other bass guitar that they had in the back had exactly the same issue, that probably in production they put it down in some mold to keep it straight, and the wood is pushed in at that position, which is just unnecessary and of course not so nice to feel, especially in this beautiful curve in the back of the guitar. So that's it. Those are the two main quality issues now. So congratulations to Cort that they solved the first problems of the sharp frets and the maxed out truss rod. Congratulations on building a beautiful guitar that unfortunately cannot be intonated. If you're a bass player who likes to play the whole neck in every position and even want to go up here to this place, it's just simply not possible on this bass guitar. You've seen it right now, it's on the video, that it even registers as a low tuned C instead of a B. And again, this guitar is in tune, still is in tune. Yeah, and I don't push harder than necessary. It's high and it's very, very bloody high in pitch on the 24th fret. So please, Cort, I invite you to react on this video. It's your production, it's your design. I've read a review of someone in, I believe it was Thomann website, who also claimed he sent back the bass because he could not intonate the B string, and that review was about a normal A5 double cut, the normal version. So this is not isolated problem. Cort, please react on this. I'm a mechanical engineer. I know something about wavelengths, adjustments, materials. This is not good. It's not a good thing. I'm very happy that you know your woods. The tone woods are amazing. The pickup combinations of these relatively cheap Bartolinis in this wood, it just sounds amazing. That's the Mark I Bartolini, but in this guitar it could as well be a much more expensive version because the sound is just that good. You know, it's really a love-hate relationship that I already have with this guitar, because the sound is so amazing, but these quality issues make it stupid. What to do? What to do? Well, people, please react on it. I'll now just post this video the way it is. It's an honest thing. You see it's all connected with the same wire to this tuner. There is no fakes here, just a factual review about this quality issue. Thanks for watching and let me know what you're thinking.